What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, a Knicks fan, your host. Let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. You want to know the next video going to drop. Hit the notification bell. All right, let's get into this video, y'all. Talk about this game, and then I'm gonna give you some of my reasons why I, I'm hearing things and why I'm not too upset about this loss. But first, I'm gonna hit you with the usual stats. You know, what I'm saying we're gonna run through the stats, which give you an idea why the New York Knicks lost to the Utah Jazz. But it's nothing to worry about. As I'm hearing, what I mean by that. You already have people talking about if the Knicks are pretenders, are we really contenders? And you have to question them people because we're sitting in the fourth place in the East. We have a record of 9-7 with 2 games over 500. Uh, and offensively, we one of the top teams. So yeah, I know there's some worry about the defense is slipping. That's a concern, a weakness we will talk about. But at the same time, this game right here doesn't mean I'm not going to say that the Knicks shouldn't have won, but this doesn't mean that the Knicks is not, you know, a contending team as I'm hearing. So, like I said, I'm gonna talk about the stats. We look at the score 121 to 106, 15-point deficit. The Knicks did cut that game down to 2 points after being down by 19. But the Jazz made their run. Marketing was hot. Um, Sexton made some 3-point shots in the fourth quarter to really put the foot on the Knicks' throat. So, like I said, I'm not worried. The second game of the road trip, we still have 3 more games left. I think we can come out victorious. And this is why I'm saying I'm not worried. I think this game is going to, you know, put the Knicks on track. You know what I'm saying? Like they underestimated the Utah Jazz, and so did some of us fans. So like I said, let's run through these stats. Then I'm gonna talk about what the Knicks need to do for this next game and the remainder games through from this road trip and throughout the season. All right, the score. I already went over the score. The Knicks shot poorly from the field, 39%. They actually even shot worse from three. They shot what 33% from 3 point field goal. Y'all know what I'm saying. I'm sorry, excuse me. 7 from 51. Uh, Free throws, we barely got to the free throw line, only 12 times, but we was good there, making 11 out of 12. Rebounds, 40 out of, to their 52, 25 assists. The last 2 games, I think 3 games, honestly, we was over 30 assists or had 30 plus. Jalen Brunson had 8 assists. We talk about him as well as Anunoby and Karl Anthony Towns. One of the major factors in the loss. That's why I say I'm not worried. People start talking about this team, and when I think about the offense, I know the team is right there. This team is one of the best teams in the offense. I think we have the best starting five. Hear what I'm saying? The best starting five. I ain't saying the best team in the NBA, but I think we have the best starting five in the NBA right now. So if the Knicks can put it together, as I expect they will, this is why I'm not worried. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think y'all should be worried. I think this will be our year going to the finals. I want to point that out. You know what I'm saying? Point that out right off the bat that I think the Knicks will make the NBA Finals. No matter how disappointing loses when the Knicks lose, are going to be losses are. And this is why I wanted to talk about what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? And people are talking about Knicks are not a real winner. You know what I'm saying? I came across a channel and that was their topic. That was their whole discussion. And I don't know why Knicks fans tend to I know we have our reasons, but that's been in the past. The last 4 or 5 years, we have had something to hold our hat on. So I don't understand, like why when we lose, it's the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? It's the beginning of the season. We haven't even hit 20 games yet. We're close to it, but we haven't hit 20 games, and people are already condemning this team. I don't understand that. All right, let's move on right along right now. First person we're going to talk about on their last night's stats was Karl Anthony Towns. This is one of the reasons why we lost that game. 16-point outing. He did have a double-double, 16 rebounds to go along with that 16 points, but he shot poorly from the field, 6 from 9 from the field, 1 from 9 from downtown. Excuse me. I thought he should have been more physical. I don't know if he's probably got a little bumps or bruises He didn't look like the Carl Anthony times I saw in the last two games. He wasn't really going to the hole, and when he did, I don't really want to blame anything on the referees, but he was getting fouled. He wasn't getting the calls. As I pointed out, the Knicks only made it to the free throw line 12 times last night. So the refs did have a little part to play in it, but these guys are professional. They cannot let the referees dictate their games. But the Knicks had a poor outing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm summing it up to. And I don't think this should reflect the rest of their season or who they are as a team, as I'm hearing in the grapevine already, even on Twitter. Some players had especially good nights for tonight. I wish it can carry over. Jericho Sims, another player. He doesn't score that many points, but he was very active, especially on defense. Um, he played a crucial part in that comeback, that 17-0 run for the New York Knicks. His defense and his rebounding helped us. Jericho Sims, that is. Like I said, Carl Anthony Towns had a off night, and I don't think that's going to happen every night. So, like I said, there's no need for concern. There's no need for you to run out there talking about the Knicks are pretenders and not contenders. And if you hear it, let it run through your ear like water. That's all I can tell you. Let it run through your ear like water. All right, let's move over to this next player. JB last night, respectable game, 23 points, kind of off, but 8 for 19 is not bad. Some turnovers. Let me check some stats real quick. Yeah, 2 turnovers. One was at a crucial time of a Knicks run. But he had a good game. Like I said, 15 points. If Towns could have gave us at least, you know, 26 points, so that'd have been another 8 points. We lost by 15. So Bridges had 7 points. He ain't hit his average. If them two guys would have hit their average, I can't blame it all on Towns. Bridges is another culprit out there. I should have put up his stats, his picture actually. But he's another culprit out there. He had 7 points. He went 3 for 15 from the field, from downtown, 1 from 7. Free throws, they even make it to the free throw line. But he was fouled. Like I said, the referees, and I'm just to jump on the refs for a second. And you look around. Well, as I watch the Knicks game, they're letting the guys play a little bit rougher than usual. So, but this is what I meant by they can't let the referees dictate their games. They have to come out because they are professionals. But Mikal Bridges had an off night, 1 for 7, 3 for 15, kind of the ghost from the preseason, showed his head last night. Like I said, it was a disappointing game. In my opinion, I think the Knicks took this team underestimated, took it for granted, came out and got slapped in the face. That's all that happened to me. There's no need to worry, and which I think was a good thing because this would be a wake up call for them that you can't sleep on teams. You know what I'm saying? No matter what their record are, you got to play them as if they're a top tier team in whatever division they are in the league. Period. And the Knicks came out and they slept. But like I said, and my last video, a important part of the Knicks championship will be one of these guys. Mikal Bridges is one of them. Josh Hart, Josh Hart had a good night. Josh Hart playing very well. Josh Hart, and the thing about Josh Hart, he is playing so well. I hope he's starting now. But if he was coming off the bench, they would have to consider him a sixth man. And I think he should, if he continue these numbers, you know what I'm saying? He got to make the All-Star. I know he won't make the All-Star, but if he continue playing the way he's playing, Josh Hart, I like to call him the J Train. You're going to hear that on this channel. If Josh Hart continue to play the way he played, do y'all think he should make the All-Star team? Because he's averaging 17 points. And I know most of the time you see people that make the All-Star team probably average 20 points or 25, 35 points. But when you look at his all-around game, it's an all-star type of caliber game, a player, you know what I'm saying? He does everything well. He has his off nights some nights. Tonight, he had a plus minus rating of a minus 37. So he had his off night. All the Knicks didn't have their knack tonight, as Clyde would say. The Knicks didn't have their knack. But once again, I'm going to point out that there's no reason to worry. There's no need to start backpedaling on this team, start worrying about did the Knicks make the right moves in the offseason? As you look over in Minnesota, they're already asking themselves that questions. I'm hearing rumors, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing been written in stone that I really heard. I'm just hearing what people are speculating that Minnesota's already trying to move Don Ventizio. I don't know if it's true, and I don't know if that's what the front office is going to do, but you already know how Knick fans are thinking. Could Leon Rose swing something and bring him back? I know fans are already thinking that. I don't think that's possible. I don't know if it's doable in the league. Somebody hit me in the comments, let me know, would that be something Knicks can do, or that's they can't trade for a player after trade for? I don't know. And did we ever see that happen? Like I said, hit me in the comments. I love to interact with y'all. Hit me in the comments. I'm gonna have to start putting y'all comments up to let y'all know, and let the other Nick Cave dwellers to see the questions y'all ask. All right. So let's move on. And when I said that I wasn't worried, the main reason why I wasn't worried about this game or this loss, to be honest with you, because in my opinion, the Knicks, what Tom Thibodeau should take it back, is going to identify some of the weaknesses that they had in this game. And y'all already know what I say. I always talk about the trapping, the double teaming, leaving men open for the long two, which in today's NBA is a 3-point shot. So that's my first point, and I'm going to point out any weaknesses. It's too much trapping, too much double teaming, too much trying to force the guy to the weak side. Tibbs got to come up with a better game plan, switch it up. I ain't gonna say a better game plan because we wouldn't be in fourth place, but in certain situations, he got to have a backup plan, a plan B. That's just my opinion. Another reason why I'm not worried about this loss, because it's going to build resilience in this team, because they're going to, how can I say, they're going to go back to the locker room. They're going to look at themselves and say, yo, we took this team for granted. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to did this. We supposed to did that. Or if I'm having an off night, you got to do this, or I'm going to start looking for you more. That should be what they're talking about. And I ain't saying a team meeting, because there's really no need for a team meeting right now, because let's face it, it's the Utah Jazz. Yeah, they had a lowly record, and the Knicks got exposed, but I really can't say exposed, but you have to look at things certain like this. It can't be a failure. You know what I'm saying? They was on a 4-game losing streak. The Knicks was on a 4-game winning streak. I just think that it was their time to, get one of them, get a win. You know what I'm saying? And this is a way to show the Knicks that, you're not there yet. I can't take your success for granted. You gotta come in and play every game like it's a championship game. That's what that loss, in my opinion, showed the New York Knicks, and that's what they should take out of it. That they can't take any team for granted. They gotta come in there with the hustle from the beginning, from that opening tip off to the ending of the bell. Excuse me, yeah, the siren, the bell, whatever, the buzzer. Excuse me, the buzzer to the end of the buzzer. They got to play with intensity. You know what I'm saying? Not only on offense, but on defense. And if they slip up, this is what can happen. They can lose to teams they're not supposed to lose to. But like I said, this is a lesson that they should have learned from. So I'm not worried. This is why I'm not mad at this loss. They're going to bounce back. In my opinion, I think this is going to make them more resilient, especially against who we got up next. I think Denver. I think we're going to come into that game with the mindset that we got to get off fast. We got to get up to a good start. We can't force shots. You know what I'm saying? And Denver is not looking like the powerhouse that they looked like last year. And once again, I want to point out that it is early in the season. It's time for teams to still develop into who they are going to become by time playoffs are here. So this is another reason why I'm not that worried. I'm not going to get on and talk about the Knicks ain't this and Knicks ain't that. We know the type of players we got right now. Tibbs has just got to figure out a scheme that's going to work for this team every night, not just one night, not just for one game. You got to have a scheme for every team. There's 30 teams in this league. So when we go out every night, Tibbs got to prepare for 29 other teams. You got to have a mindset that every team is going to come in different, and we can't run the scheme the same way for every team. That's got to be the mindset on Tibbs for us to succeed and go further to where I eventually think we will, and that will be the NBA Finals. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Do y'all think we making the finals? Do y'all think this game was a what? A telling sign that the Knicks is not who they are? I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, they're going to learn from their mistakes. And next game, they're going to have to learn from the mistakes. And mistake was that they took this team for granted. That's mistake number one. They can't take any team for granted. And in my opinion, This is just going to motivate them to improve on everything that is a weakness for this team. So Denver gonna have to. Denver, you in trouble, Denver. Denver. That's just my opinion. Denver's gonna have a real hard time with the New York Knicks. They're gonna come out explosive. They're gonna think about what happened in Utah, and I know the air in Denver, how thin it is. So the Knicks should be there now, practicing, getting their bodies acclimated to the climate. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call it. But sometimes losses, build team cohesiveness. So I think this loss just got these guys going, yo, we can't let that happen again. And we're going to lose like that. It have to be against a top tier team. A top tier team. You hear what I said? But to take nothing away for the Jazz, because if you look at the players, Markin is not a bum. I like the cast off from Atlanta. He's a good 3-point shooter for a big man. His name slips my mind right now, but y'all know who I'm talking about. And everybody else on that team you know, is a bunch of cast off that at one point was the man for their team. So it's surprising that they are where they at right now. But it is what it is. It's nothing to worry about. It's nothing to cast the Knicks off to throw away the season. It's nothing to get down on. It's a loss. You know what I'm saying? Anatumos had a great quote, in my opinion, when a reporter asked him, "Do you think this season is a failure if y'all don't win the championship?" And he told him, he said, Michael Jordan played, 15, 16 years in the championship, 15 years in the championship. He won 6 championships. So was the other 9 years a failure? Was it? No. Jordan put up great numbers in them 9 years. They just didn't win the championship. So you can't look at this game as a failure. We were 9-7. You can't win them all. You just got to win the big one when it counts. All right? Let me know how y'all feel about that game last night. Let me know your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. God bless and peace.